Hello, welcome back to a dissertation diary. I am going to be talking about my dissertation today. So, it is the summer before I proposed my dissertation, and I think the last time I talked about my dissertation, I was talking about how my program had just agreed that we could do the traditional format, which is 5 chapters, or the 3-paper dissertation. And I think I may have said that I was leaning toward 3-paper. I'm not sure what I said, but I'm not. I'm gonna do the traditional one because that's what I was already doing, and honestly I don't have the energy to shift things. So that happened probably around the time that I uploaded that other video, but I'd already said what I said. Now I've been working on my dissertation and meeting with my advisor throughout the summer to kind of talk through things, and this dissertation is honestly so annoying. But it's not annoying because it's like hard. It is difficult and challenging, but it's like trying to design a study that is feasible for me to do in the amount of time that I have left in the program, the amount of time that I've allotted myself to have in this program. I'm on a 5-year plan, and so for me, that means I graduate in 2024. It is currently 2022, and it sounds like 2 years, but it's really not, because I'm hoping to defend by spring 2024. And I know people say like, don't put those like deadlines and timelines on yourself because things happen. That's fine. I know that things happen, but I'm gonna have a plan. I have backup plans and contingencies, but for my own sake, spring 2024 is what I'm going for. And given that, I've been critically thinking about my methodology, and it's not changing a whole lot, but right now I'm in I'm at this point where the introduction and a literature review, like the content is there. I just need to kind of hone it in and narrow in on my actual topic, because right now it's kind of like all over the place. I need to cut back some. I need to flesh things out more. But I'm also in this place where I'm like, maybe the method, the study design I had before is just like a little too ambitious. And that was me scaling back from a meeting I had with my guidance committee in the fall. So we met in November, and they were like, yeah, sounds like great ideas. Sounds like it's a big project for a dissertation. Sounds like something that would definitely be doable once you graduate and you have more time, but also like do whatever fills your heart. And I was like, oh, well, I definitely don't want to make this any more difficult than it needs to be. And so some of the things that I knew about the dissertation and I had accounted for as much as I could given the knowledge that I had was that you really need to make it feasible. And what I thought was feasible could be, if I'm willing to have like a stricter timeline and maybe not be able to finish, not as quickly, but like, you know, why make more work for yourself when you can do something very similar? It can still be just as rigorous, but maybe you're just, you're doing what you need to. What is it? A done dissertation is a good dissertation. And I'm not trying to change the world. I know that. I'm not trying to, and I don't think that any of the designs that I have thought of will do that. But I'm like, okay, I have 2 years to figure this out because I'm collecting my own data. That I know for sure. That is what I'm doing. The issue is whether or not the timeline to collect the data. I have one option where it would be a shorter amount of time and another where it would be a little bit longer. but the one that's a little bit longer might be more feasible because of the logistics of that intervention. So I don't know. Sometimes I wish you could just like write the dissertation and people say, yeah, it looks good, and there's no critical feedback. But the whole point is thinking critically and responding to feedback, incorporating that feedback, seeing if that feedback fits the goals you have for yourself or for that study. And I can't move through this program without critically thinking about these things, and I know that. But I'm glad that my advisor is meeting with me regularly about this. I think part of that was just me letting him know, like, I'm not doing that thing where we don't meet over the summer. No. Because I think I'm confusing myself. I had a meeting with him today where I was saying things and he went, whoa, where'd that come from? Realizing that I've had a lot of conversations with myself in here, or like even on the phone with like my parents, where they don't exactly know what I'm talking about, but I am saying it out loud. But it never occurred to me that I would never talk to him about it. So then when I brought it up today, he was like, what is that? When did we get there? And I was like, you don't remember the conversation from 2 weeks ago? No, because I was in my head. It was not with him. So I'm glad I take notes when I meet with him so that I do know what I talked to him about. And nothing I had discussed was in my notes, so I'm kind of getting away with this. But the point being, this summer has been a really good opportunity for me to work on the dissertation, which is great because I started working on it in the spring semester, early in the spring semester, and I sent a draft to my advisor in like at the end of the semester, and a lot of the feedback he gave me has been really helpful and works for either methodology, but whichever methodology I choose will change how I talk about certain things. So that's kind of where I am right now. Like, which area would I rather focus on? Which methodology would be more feasible given the timeline? If I do make the change to the different methodology, I'll have to restructure some of the literature and my introduction. I would obviously have to change the methods chapter. I don't think any of these are like an overhaul of my dissertation, which a lot of people end up doing. I don't think I'm quite at that point yet, but I'm tired of looking at that document. That's for sure. I do like the research that I will carry out, whichever methodology it is. I'm really excited about it. I just want to choose one. And I'm doing a lot of reading and reviewing of literature. And all I want to do is read like a fiction novel and not have to read so much research. And that's where I am with that right now. But anyway, that's what my summer dissertating has been like. It's been really thought-provoking, and I think I'm developing as a researcher. That's a huge part of it too. But it's also been nice to have people to bounce ideas off of, and then it's like, giving myself the opportunity to talk through it outside of my head, talk to it to someone who's not my advisor, and like just when I say it out loud to somebody else who doesn't exactly know what this project is, doesn't make sense when I just kind of lay out the bare bones of it. That has been a huge help. So thanks to my friends, and my mom and my dad, even though they don't exactly know what it is. But that's it. Dissertation is hard and challenging, but I think it'll be a good one. I think it'll get the job done. And that's all I need to do. So, thanks for listening if you stayed. If not, You're not even here.